They'll start on the ground with Benson.
And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You talk about this Washington defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Powering his way forward. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Daniels looking to throw. That went out wide and intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend, and Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
When you look at this defense,
they're slightly better than average against the run, number 14 in the NFL.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Dances by him.
Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Daniel's going to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
Zach Ertz, 61 yards.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
A gutsy call, 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it. Because to me, it was stacked up for a run situation, strength on strength, and they decided to put the ball in the air. And what a result. Big-time play.
And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
Another run here with Benson. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 34.
It's a gain of 34.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now Murray off play action. He'll buy some time right.
Open man here is Benson.
He can only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down. The Cardinals at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down.
Hold on, right? Hold on, right? 2-2, what?
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Franklin.
Let's go.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Yeah. Big Ace, big Ace. 1-1. 1-1.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Let's go.
On first down, it's Benson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Murray. Rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Ace. Who you got?
To throw is Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Patterson's kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
To throw is Daniels. Over the middle, it's complete.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Got a man, it's Brown. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Throwing now is Daniels. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Second and 10. Here's Daniels. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Justin Reed.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Murray. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. The final shot before break. Daniels. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Glenn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
To the air goes Daniels.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. L.J. Collier. He's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's out right at the 25. A crazy sequence here. Huge game that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On fourth down, here's Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. They run over center with Benson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
They'll go again with Benson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy because essentially now you have an extra running back there. So if he keeps it, you've got a problem. If he hands it inside, you're probably not ready for it because you have all your focus back on number 1.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. Out to his left. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. Big yardage that time for Washington. 63 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Running on first down, Eckler.
And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On the handoff, Benson running right.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
From the gun, Murray.
That is caught on the move past the 40. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line.
A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of...
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Murray going to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Shit.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Murray going to fire this out to Harrison.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would...
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown.
Trey Benson
with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
Oh, now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they... football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll roll him out right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Play action, now it's Daniels.
Trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down.
That's how I be happening. This for all my not a band. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get cracked, put them in the. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label trying to give me feedback. Tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weak since. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud. Put it on for them. Come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian. Crash landing. In them dirty apartments. Stay shiny. I'll forever be the hardest. Big time. Like the New Orleans. Girl shine. Like the women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Money growing on trees, hanging on palms, spilling, code 3 on 4, she don't want a 16, renegade on up, make it, buy a tree, no love, I'm asleep with my Porsche 911, slide through the section, gotta show my homies I'm on now, both souls on the ground, never sold out, what you know about this, no glitz and glamour, under my polo pajamas, face getting ran, gotta watch for the cameras, before you get freaky, can't with no random, these sneaky and police come action, then you never see me, the ghetto will trap you, but I love it,